Okay, we are deep into the action at the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Games. And wow, the battle for Olympic glory is just absolutely electric. So who's really leading the medal race? Let's dive right in and find out.
I mean, it's the question on everyone's mind, right? You've got these powerhouse nations just trading blows every single day, and that leaderboard, it is constantly changing. So let's break it down and see who actually has the edge right now.
And here it is, the current leaderboard. And you know, the story here is just fascinating. Check it out. Norway is dominating that all-important gold medal count with 8. But, and this is a big but, look at the total medals. They're tied at 18 with the host nation, Italy. How cool is that? They're having an absolutely incredible games on home soil. So this really sets up a classic clash, doesn't it? Is it about pure gold, or is it about overall podium finishes?
But you know, these numbers are really just part of the story. Behind every one of those medals are these incredible, razor-thin performances by the world's best athletes.
So let's start at the very beginning. We're talking about the very first medal event of these entire Olympics, the men's downhill. And it was Switzerland's Franjo van Ulmen who just set the tone, absolutely blasting down the mountain to capture that very first gold. And that was his winning time. But what's really incredible here is that this podium, it felt like a changing of the guard. See, van Ulmen and the Italian skiers who took silver and bronze, all three of them were on an Olympic podium for the very first time. What a powerful way to kick off the games, right?
Okay, now let's move from the mountain to the ice, because we got to talk about another rising star. We're talking about American speed skater Jordan Stoltz. He's just 21 years old and has been, well, absolutely dominant.
So he didn't just win gold in the men's 1,000 meters. No, he absolutely shattered the Olympic record with this time. And you have to understand, this was a massive moment. It broke a 16-year drought for U.S. men in individual Olympic speed skating. Just incredible.
In this quote, it tells you everything you need to know about his mindset. He was actually trailing his rival on the final lap, and he told reporters that this is what he thought to himself right before digging deep for one last incredible push to snatch that gold medal. I mean, that is pure champion instinct right there.
You know, Stoltz's incredible gold is a huge part of Team USA's story at these games. But their performance here in Milan Cortina, well, it fits into a much larger and honestly more complex history at the Winter Olympics.
And wow, the contrast is really something else. I mean, look at this. In the Summer Games, the U.S. is a historic powerhouse, right? They've topped the medal table 19 times. But then you look at the Winter Games, and it's a totally different story. They've only finished first once. They're always a strong contender, for sure, but just not that same dominant force we see in the summer.
And this chart really tells their story so far in these games. With 4 golds, they are absolutely in the hunt. But take a look at that silver medal count. 7 silvers. That's the most of any nation so far. It literally accounts for half of their total podiums, which just goes to show you how painfully close they've been in so many events.
Okay, so let's zoom back out a little bit. All these individual stories, all these team performances, they're all feeding into what's shaping up to be one of the tightest medal races we've seen in years. So here's the crucial takeaway, the bottom line. While Norway definitely has the edge in golds, the race for overall supremacy is still wide open. You got to watch for Italy's home crowd momentum. We have to see if Team USA can convert some of those silvers into golds. And you can't count out the other nations that are still in striking distance. This thing is going right down to the wire.
The stage is totally set for an epic final week. I mean, there's still so many medals up for grabs. Think biathlon, hockey, figure skating. This leaderboard could look completely different by the time we get to the closing ceremony. So, I have to ask, who do you think has what it takes to finish #1?